up, guys, and welcome back to the Tim Sports Talk. We got Chris here today. How you doing, okay, Chris?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well.
Good deal. Yeah, we're just going to have some fun chatting about Mr. Sean Taylor, the guy that we're supposed to be honoring today. And again, no real negativity needs to be brought in here. We already know the whole debacle, but today we're just going to have some fun chatting about Sean. And I know that Chris said I need to time him out now because he's going to get negative stat. No, I'm just kidding. Cool, but hey, quick overview of the man, the myth, the legend. They called him Meast, half man, half beast. 6'2", 230-pound animal known for hitting the daylight out of people. He was the number 5 overall pick for the Washington Redskins out of the University of Miami. Clinton Portis and Santana Moss were the ones who really helped recruit Mr. Sean Taylor, bringing it to Joe Gibbs' attention. And Joe Gibbs made his very first pick and his second stint on Sean Taylor. I thought it was fun to also find out that his second pick as the head coach was Chris Cooley. So that was kind of cool. The two great all-timers for the team were made by Joe Gibbs. Sean Taylor, of course, did have a rough past, but he didn't let that define him. He ended up starting to settle down with his fiancee, Jackie Garcia. They had a nice little girl also named Jackie. So things were starting to turn around in his life. But then, of course, on November 26, 2007, he was gunned down in an attempted robbery at his house in Florida. He was shot in the leg in the femoral artery and died in the hospital the next day. And, of course, we got Corey here with us. What up, Corey?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Not too bad. How you doing today?
Waking up, man. Waking up, and still kind of bitter about today. But hey, it's a celebration. It's a
That's
celebration
right.
before a massacre. So
there you go. What up, Protect?
Yo, what's up? What's up, guys? What's up, gang?
Not much.
How y'all doing?
Cool. As I said, I don't even know how long this will last. I figured we could just come on, have a good chat about Mr. Sean Taylor. Just went through his life, or like not his whole life, but just like the general overview of why we celebrate this dude. And then, of course, I just wanted to ask everybody across the panel, if somebody wants to pipe up, go first, or I could go first, of where were you when you heard the news of Sean Taylor's death? Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, I guess it's two-part because they announced it in the morning, but I think when I heard it get shot, I think it was like a junior in high school, and I was like walking to math class. My buddy just walked by me and said, he's like, "Hey, Sean Taylor got shot." And I was like, I just thought he was joking, right? I said, "Why are you joking?" Like I said, it's stupid. Why are you saying? And then I had the little flip phone, the little razor phone. I never forget pulling that thing out,
yep.
and I had to use the minutes on that to get it, and it loaded up so slowly, and it said Washington safety, Washington Redskins safety
man.
Sean Taylor was shot in his home, and I was like, what? And I was like, what happened? What happened? And then you had people like, oh God, like Will Bond and Cowherd who were like, oh, well, this is what you get. This is what you get, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, you knew nothing about him. It was people that was that his sister knew. He didn't know these people, and they thought he was out of town.
Yep.
They thought he was traveling with the team, but they were in Tampa that weekend, and he just, they were in Tampa, so he went down to Miami. It was with his family.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Yeah, he was not with the team because he was injured a couple of games before. Very sad to hear. What up, Protect?
What up?
Where were you when you heard of Sean Taylor's death?
Man, I was home. I took a day off school because high school was rough. That's all I'm gonna say. But I was at home. I was chilling, and my mom got the news before I got the news. She was like, "Tony." Like, yeah, Mom, what's going on? Like, hey, Sean Taylor died. I said, what? What you say?
Yeah.
Cause like I'm on the day when he got shot. He was on like life support. I'm like, he gonna pull through. He gonna be all right. And then like the day he died, I was just shocked. I didn't know what to say. I was dumbfounded. I was like, bro, what the? And when he died for protecting his family, I was saddened by that for real. It was hurtful, bro. Sean's like the soul of the team. Like, it's the Sean's team. Yep. Like, I don't care who the team captain were. I don't care. This was Sean's team, bro.
Especially the defense. Especially that defense, for sure. What about you, Chris? Where were you?
I was in the house. I
Yeah.
was in the house.
That's a good. I was like I was now.
I think I found out at nighttime, but then I fell asleep. Protect said, he was on life support. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna wake up in the morning. He gonna be all right. And I woke up in the morning. I turned on the TV. They said he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that was something for me.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. Yeah, I was a freshman in high school. I remember, just like you guys said, Sean Taylor being in the hospital, and I remember just hoping and praying he would come out of it. And also, I remember it was like one of the first times in my young life that I realized getting shot in the leg could kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you hear,
Yeah, of
like,
course.
Get Rich Die Trying was just 2 years before that, right? And he got shot 9 times. And you're like, oh, okay, well, if 50 Cent can get shot 9 times, or at least in the movie, why can't he survive one shot to the leg? And then, of course, we hear that he dies, and then you find out, oh, wait, there's a massive artery. And then it was like a learning thing on top of that. Hey, Protec, you're getting a lot of reverb, if you don't mind muting while you're not talking. Thanks. But anyway, but yeah, so it was definitely a interesting way of learning that, because yeah, and I remember the next day when he did die, having the newspaper, because Facebook was a thing, but not many people used it nearly as much as today, or especially like Twitter was technically made already, but nobody really knew about Twitter yet. So it's funny to think about, oh wait, I had a newspaper, reading through that, and that's like how I was getting more information on Sean Taylor's death. So yeah, it's kind of a dated in that sense. All right, let's go ahead and go through I'll start with this one too. So one favorite Sean Taylor memory I'm going to ask all of you, and just do one, because I know there's, I'm sure, a bunch that you could go through, but not to take some. And we'll have more time to talk about other ones. But mine was, so I was watching the game with my grandfather. And my grandfather's not a big sports guy, but it was a cool moment that me and him had when we were watching that Dallas Cowboy crazy ending 1919 back in the day, where there was 1919, we missed the field goal, we gave them the ball back, they were in then field goal range a couple plays later, and then Sean Taylor picked up the blocked field goal, got the face mask, brought it back, and then got into field goal range for us after the penalty, and we ended up winning that game. I thought that was like, that was one of my favorite times being a fan, and especially a good moment to share with my grandfather. But anyway, Chris, you want to go up next of what's your favorite Sean Taylor memory?
Okay. One of the most iconic memories that I have is him against the Eagles diving into the end zone. With I think that's probably one of the most iconic images of him. But I wouldn't say it's a game. In the game that I've seen him, it was against the Packers. He caught those two picks when he went from one side of the field all the way to the other. He did it twice. And then I just remember looking at that guy, I was like, he's just an animal. Like he's just an animal. Like for him to do that, and Brett Favre looked them off for as long as he could, but he just still made it over there and caught both of them. That's the most memorable that I have of him. Is that was a big game. That was probably one of his biggest games.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, Protec? What's your favorite memory, favorite memory of Mr. Sean Taylor?
Our last playoff win, bro. He scored the only touchdown. Got the interception return for a touchdown. That was picture perfect.
Yeah.
My man read the zone perfectly, jumped the route. Give me it. You know, cookie, you don't want him. I'm out of here. Let me go and get an out of on the end zone. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we got that. Y'all know what to be found? Touchdown. I'm in there. He dived in the end zone. I said, the moment I said this, my 13-year-old self wouldn't say this, but me now, I'm like, this dude's a straight up monster. Dude is a certified dog. Put the stamp of approval on him. God dang, this boy's special.
Yeah, I was at a wedding that day of my cousin, and it was a kind of a cool day because he's a huge Tampa Bay fan. So the Skins versus Bucks on their wedding day. That was a pretty funny one. They had the game going out, not in the reception hall, but it was like out in like a room, and a bunch of us, of course, mostly either Tampa Bay or Redskins fans in that building, where a lot of us were in that smaller room watching the game as much as possible. But all right, Corey, what's your favorite Sean Taylor memory?
It's got to be that against Dallas in what you had said earlier with that Tim, with you and your granddad. I think that was a big one. I think everybody took the good one. Took the good one.
No,
So,
yeah, I know.
yeah,
That's why I'm trying to keep it to one. But no, it's all good.
Yeah, but dude, that was wild. Like Troy Vincent coming off there and him block and him just like this was Sean Taylor, right? He never there was never die in his game. If he picked it off in the end zone, there you go. Carolina, when we played Carolina, small game, but he picked off the long. All he had to do was go down. He's still taking it out there. He just took it out and would just keep on going. And I was like, dude,
and then he realized it, and then he ran out of bounds and threw it. And he's like, "Oh wait, I don't need to score."
Right. So that's what that's what I remember about him, man. He just and how many times he had picks over his shoulder, kind of like what Chris was talking about. Like he just had over the shoulder interceptions. So it is wild, man.
It's like the man playing receiver, playing safety. The catches he made was ridiculous, bro. And another thing I want to point about Sean, bro. Sean was Russell Westbrook was in the NBA. The dude put 1,000% effort on every single snap. Sean Taylor was a star out here playing special teams, bro. Out here playing specials. You don't see people out here playing specials and they're star players. Star players. You don't see stars playing special teams no more.
Especially not a number 5 overall pick. Yeah,
right.
You don't see them playing specials. That's for sure.
5th overall pick in the draft and played specials. Dude was a dog. The man was a big play waiting to happen. This man was a offensive player playing defense. It was ridiculous. Dude was different, bro. Like it's crazy, bro. Was watching this man, you'd be in awe.
Yeah, it was a
I
lot
swear,
of fun.
that man played
defense.
If that man played until 2012, he would have been the greatest safety of all time. Period.
Yeah, a lot of people already put him in that conversation, but it would have been interesting to see because he was leading the league in interceptions that year he died, and he only played 9 games while everybody else played 11. He didn't lead it by the end of it. Cromartie ended up having 10. But at the time of his death, he led it. But he did lead the team in interceptions with only playing 9 games. I think it was Ryan Clark who had 4.
And he was the reason for Area 51. It wasn't for him, it would be no Area 51. Because LeBron was awful in coverage. I got to point that out.
I said positives only here. No,
I'm sorry. I had to
nobody needed to bring up Landry.
It's positive.
Landry had potential.
He was the
51
in Area 51.
He had potential.
He was 30 plus 21.
I don't know.
He was 30 plus 21. That's pretty fast.
All right, Corey probably has a good one of these. What is your favorite Sean Taylor story? Not necessarily something but something that you've heard maybe secondhand or something like that of Sean Taylor. Do you have a good one of those?
Oh God, there was one I was just thinking about here.
I got one.
Which one was it?
I hope you don't take it either.
I think.
Do you want Chris to go and then you can?
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, no worries. Go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead.
It was a story Santana said. He said he never drove home. He always jogged home.
Yeah.
Always jogged home. He always jogged the practice. And I was like, dang. After a long practice, he jogged home. And then one of the things I heard
I wrote the same story down on my thing, so that's cool.
Yeah, one of the things I heard early yesterday, what they say? I forgot. Come back to me.
It's all good. But I just to add on that because I had the same thing. They basically said he had a never-ending motor that it didn't matter.
Idell comes back. They said Sean came in and said the game it's just easy to him now. The game is easy. He said
he figured it out.
He can literally play 3 games in a row if we needed him to. That kind of preparation and hard work you don't find in anybody. And I don't think you will ever. You won't ever find that again.
Nope.
Well, they don't make them do it. Nobody's even also made to do it. All the CBA and everything. They're collective bargaining agreement, where they basically there's only a certain amount of practices. You can't do this. No more 2-a-days. No, nobody's prepped like that anymore going into a game because they say it wears them down. So maybe there's a give and a take, right? Some people can survive it, and then other people can't. So I don't know. Corey, did you think of that one?
Crap. Yeah. So
it's all good.
I think it was that one where it was him dealing with the media and everything, right?
Okay.
And I forgot where my camera was for a second. And there were certain people who he trusted and who he didn't trust, and that's why he didn't want to deal with it because of the narrative they were creating about him. And then I think the funniest story is when Greg Williams and him had to talk about the spitting incident on what was it, on Pittman, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
clearly Sean spit at the guy. Like you can go back and he's like, no, coach, I didn't do it.
Sure.
I said that was just like such a cool. It was like such a cool father-son moment. I think if you go back and watch it, all you hear is him. I was like, "Dang God, man!" He just go, yeah, coach, it was me. It was me. And but Mike Carey threw him out that quick in that game. But thank God he was. Thank God he did enough for us to win that game. So that was the last playoff win we had too, y'all.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. 05, 06.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. January 7th, 06.
According to my story. So I don't have one, unfortunately.
No, you're fine. It's all good. No, there's let's see. I also thought it was interesting to see the 4 players drafted ahead of him. I don't know if I've ever really looked into this before, and it's 3 Hall of Famers. Eli Manning was drafted number 1 that year. Larry Fitz was drafted number 3, and then Phillip Rivers drafted number 4.
Yeah,
of course, Phillip and Eli ended up playing for the opposite teams. But what's that? The one player that stunk.
You got 2 short
Robert Gallery.
Yep, Robert Gallery, who when they first they started him at right tackle where apparently he was okay. Then they threw him at left tackle where he allowed 10.5 sacks in 13 games played that season, which it was outrageous. And then he ended up pulling an Eric Flowers move and moving into guard where apparently he was okay for a little bit, but never. He ended up retiring in like 2012, so barely played 8-9 years. Robert Gallery, but he was supposed to be like the next great tackle, 6'7", 320 pounds or something like that.
Oh yeah. I remember, bro. Now, yeah, they were talking about him like he was the next best thing. He like the next like Chris Samuels or something. Like, no, boy, he's not that. He's not that.
Yep. Let's see. It was also cool. Like, what do you guys think about the moment when Greg Williams did not start a safety in the next game on the very next game?
Do that today.
That was beautiful.
I mean, they already do that anyway, so they don't really need to start. They usually start with 10.
Maybe it would be better if you took away Bobby McCain.
Yeah, but the only problem I had with that was like, and I think your head coach should always be aware of what's going on. Greg didn't tell Joe Gibbs about that. Like, that's the only problem I had with the whole time. I was like, dude, I said, you got to tell Coach Gibbs that and just say, hey, Coach, this is what we're going to plan on doing. Just don't say anything to anybody. We're going to go out there and do it. That's the only problem I had with it. But I thought that was awesome. And then the fact that even though it was...
Well, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Agreed.
No lies told there, man.
So you think they should do that again today, huh, Chris?
Yeah, they should, but put Cam back there with him. That's what I want to see. A moment like that should be for people who earned it. Because technically it's in reference to him actually being back there. Mm-hmm. There's nobody right there, but in theory, you're thinking he's there. And I think they should give moments like that for players who earned it thus far this year. And we also should do it for the fans. And I think that'd be cool.
They're gonna if they did it, they're going to do it with Landon. Just one more slap in the face.
Especially if you got a pick off of it.
No.
That would be cool.
I said no negativity. I ruined my own rule. I broke my own rule.
I don't know if they put his logo in the middle of the field today. They should, but
I hope they have a 21 on the field somewhere.
I hope so too.
Corey,
I remember that one.
There we go. Best play, best.
Oh my gosh,
that's the best
image. And that number right there is so iconic. 21 is an iconic number.
Yeah, written.
And I also think they should retire both his numbers, not just one.
Yeah.
I'll retire the 36. Well, somebody's already worn 36 before. right? Daryl Young was 36, I think.
Yeah.
Sua
He's
Cravens
still
was
retired.
36.
DJ Swearinger.
Swearinger. Yep. So they've a few other people have already worn 36, but nobody's worn 21 since.
You don't. You think when you think of 36, you don't think of Sean's rookie year like that. You think of you say, oh, 21, right?
Yeah. Everybody remembers the 21.
Yeah. Everybody thinks of 21.
It'd be a good gesture, Chris, but you can't retire all the numbers.
We only have like 2 retired, don't
Yeah,
we?
we got backlog on retirement numbers. Like,
we're gonna start retiring. It sounds like they're gonna start retiring more and more. Rick Snyder. Yeah. Rick Snyder had a video on his channel talking about how it should be rescheduled, but at one point he had in there, he goes, "If the next one's not Sonny Jurgensen, I don't want to talk about it." Like he was upset that Sonny isn't one of them in the consideration. But I don't. But yes, 28's a great one. Of course, 44 is a great one.
81 too.
81, of course. Yeah, for sure. How come people give so much credit to Taylor? Just because. Oh my goodness.
Hey. Can we retire 44 too, please? Can we get Rigo's number retired? Can we get it out the way too? That's ridiculous, bro. Stupid.
Yeah, 44, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know. And then because there is untouchable numbers that they have listed, but even though they technically haven't retired them, I guess.
And then Landon had the nerve to ask for that number.
Landon had the nerve to ask for that number.
No. Hey, 7 should have been retired too. They ain't got that number either.
Y'all, I don't know about 7.
Up too. The weirdest thing, I just looked back up right. And the clock said 21:36. When I had looked up, I kid you not.
Nice.
Oh man,
that's
the clock said 21:36.
Yeah, our clock, the live clock on here, it said 21:36. When I looked at, I said,
"Oh, okay. How long we've been live?" Oh,
yeah. I was like,
somebody had to see it when it happened. No, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, don't nobody deserve to wear that number.
Do you think 7 should be retired?
I think
no.
I mean, we don't care.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
All right. As long as another.
He didn't even win Super Bowl MVP.
Well, he did. You're right.
Reagan's won it that year. And he only played. Didn't he only play like a season, like 2 seasons or something? He didn't even play that long.
That's true.
For us.
You know what?
Tim, I got a better idea, Tim.
What's that?
You don't have to retire it, but it has to be untouchable. Because they gave Haskins that.
Well, it was untouchable, and then Haskins ruined it. Now I feel like somebody has to wear it just to get the stain off of it.
Yeah, we got to give it back to Chris because it looked disgusting when he
stained. Y'all see the 21 painted on the sidelines today? I did not. Haven't turned on the game, so that's good to know.
Yeah, but I want it in the middle of the field. That's what I care about. Put it in the middle of the field. That's what they should have did.
Because don't they just have the NFL logo for us?
Yeah, they just had the NFL on there.
May as well put 21 there. Why not? Put a big 21 right in the middle of it.
Keep it right there the rest of the season.
Y'all know the last time we did this honoring of Sean, it was like a massacre because it was, what was it? We played the Giants when they put his name up in the Ring of Honor and they act like they couldn't get right that game back in 08. Oh my gosh.
I don't want to talk about
it. Bob, I think back then. I used to hate that.
Well, this is the first time. This year is the first time we got right against the Giants in decades. I feel like we never get right against the Giants.
Last week beat the Giants. Before that was like 2016 when Agent Peace
that was
that
was
70-yard run.
The Thanksgiving game.
Mm-hmm.
In 2017, we won that game. I think.
2017, you're right. 2017, we beat Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs caught passes.
I was at that. I was at that Thanksgiving game.
That's when Josh Dobbs was actually catching passes.
Oh, okay.
Who?
Yeah, who?
Josh Dropson. Mr. Dropson.
Cool. Let's see here.
Thank y'all for having me on. I very appreciate it, y'all.
Yeah, no worries, Protect. Thanks for swinging in. It was fun.
Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, Corey, good seeing you, bro.
Good seeing you too, Tony.
Hey, this how you in town. You better hit me up, Corey. I ain't playing with you, okay?
Hey, man, I'll be up there sooner or later. I don't know when. It's just
you let me know. Darn it.
Time, just time. It's time, bro. It's time.
Okay. And I got to link up with Jared sooner than later. And I've seen Tim in person once, which is the most funniest time I've ever ran into somebody.
Randomly ran into each other outside of his work.
Really?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
him standing. I saw him standing outside the bank, and I was like, "Is that Protec?" And so I pulled over on the side of the road, and I was like, "Yo, look up!" And
I'm
it was
like,
him.
Oh,
it's Tim. I'm like, it's Tim. Good seeing y'all, man.
He screamed and then ran away. It's like, no, I was kidding.
Oh my God.
I'll catch y'all later. Man.
Jags about to beat the Dolphins,
I
really?
knew I should have picked the daggone Jaguars.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was gonna come.
Oh man, they got a whole 14 minutes left.
Oh, it's still fun.
It's a close game.
It's in there. But Jags have the ball on the Miami 9, though. So they're about to add some points. But we'll see. Anyway, Tua's back in. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Anyway.
he started today.
I know, Corey, you got to get moving soon, but because
Yeah, bro.
you're going live today again, right?
Yeah.
What time is the Sean Taylor? Like, I know it's
Quarter-
before the
They
game.
should be televised.
Quarter till, I think.
Quarter
till. I think they said something about 12:45. They said it's gonna be on Facebook and stuff. So
All right, yeah, we'll try to find it.
Get
Yeah.
Facebook.
Probably go live here in a half hour as well. But is there
Yeah.
anything other last things you guys want to say about Mr. Sean Taylor before we roll?
he's the GOAT, man.
That Ron Rivera should make the team. He should take this because obviously we don't have an identity. He is the identity. Everything that Sean represented for this team. You cannot come in this locker room if you're like the Patriot way. It should be a Sean Taylor way. If you're not that, get out of the locker room. That's kind of how I was feeling yesterday. And
So everybody should run home from this practice.
No. I'm
just
saying,
kidding.
but no. In all seriousness, I'm saying that it's a lot of players
Yes, you're being
on this team that's selfish, and they think they earned something when they didn't, and they don't work hard, and they get paid as if they work hard, and that's annoying to me because there's players still in this locker room who don't give a max effort, and they don't represent what Sean represents. So I think how the Patriots, how Bill Belichick only get guys that can fit the Patriot way. That's how we should do. If you don't fit Sean Taylor and how the kind of player he was, because he's the closest thing that represents this team, you're not on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Sean is the identity, and that's what Ron Rivera, he's trying to change the culture. Today is a perfect way to do it. That's my thoughts on that. The last thing I want to say.
I love it.
Yeah.
I do hope they take this game very seriously. And the Chiefs are somewhat vulnerable. I don't know who's playing and not
Yeah, we
playing
winning this
game,
game.
but
Killing
that
nobody,
defense
dude.
is super vulnerable.
We winning.
Like we still have some talent on defense, so if they do have a way to use this to motivate them to become the best defense they possibly can be, we definitely have a chance to win this game. It has a chance to get ugly quick. You know, if Taylor throws a pick or two,
We
and
winning.
Mahomes just takes off, but at the same time, there's a chance that they have in this game, and I hope that they do step up. Sean Taylor should be in the Hall of Fame. He was a beast. That's an interesting
I mean,
debate
you
as well.
can't. It's a great argument. He has a compelling argument because even till this day, you still see the impact he has on players coming out of college that play that position.
Or play defense in general.
His legacy, period.
Yeah.
Even Ed Reed said Sean should be in the Hall of Fame. Randy Moss said it. Sean should be in the Hall of Fame. He should. The impact is there.
What do you think about Corey?
I don't know about the Hall of Fame. I don't know. I think that's as much as, and I get the argument. It's a good argument, but at the end of the day, it's more about like totals and stuff, right? In the Hall of Fame than anything.
Well, you go all totals. There's a lot of players that don't even belong in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I get that. I get that too. I don't think Terrell Davis should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't think Troy Aikman should be in the Hall of Fame. But they're in there because they won championships.
Yeah, but there was also a guy this year that went into the Hall of Fame that was like he wasn't a player or even a coach. He was like some random other. I can't even remember. Was he a trainer or was he something? He wasn't
They've
a
had
GM.
front office guys have been going in there too now. So.
Yeah, it's like these guys are not even. Like,
We
I didn't
get
even
front
know
office
this guy.
guys.
Nobody knew this guy except for his family, right? I'm being sarcastic, but nobody knew this guy, and now he's going into the Hall of Fame. If you put him in the Hall of Fame, Sean Taylor should have been in the Hall of Fame the day after he died, right? Or the day he was drafted. I mean, it was just, it's not even a conversation of who had more impact
people who-
on the game than
For the
between
people who
Sean
don't
and him.
know, the highest rated, not highest rated, The highest draft pick safety was Eric Berry and Sean Taylor at 5. For those who don't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Is that true? When was Adams drafted? Jamal Adams.
I think he's like 6 or 7.
Was Adams 6 or 7? He would be the one that I knew he was drafted super high.
Talk about somebody who gets paid to do a whole bunch of.
Say what again?
I said, talk about somebody who's trying to cash in checks all the time and without.
Oh, Adams.
Yeah, he's a good. He's talented player.
Adam was
my
6.
goodness.
Adams was 6.
Right
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Good to know. Gazeki has over 100 yards. Good. I played him in one of my fantasy leagues. But anyway, cool. All right. Well, this was fun. Thanks for joining us, Corey.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it. Of course, thanks for
having
joining
me.
us, Chris. And yeah, it was just to want to have a little chat, just remembering the great Sean Taylor. You know, as I said, I didn't know how long it was going to last or what was going to happen, but we're here. And we're having fun, and thanks everybody for being here. We're gonna go ahead and cut this one, but we'll be live here in just 30 minutes as well. On the Warpath, we'll be live. Make sure you stop by. At least hit the like button for Corey to help us with the algorithms.
Yeah. Oh, congrats, by the way, 10 on 2,000. I meant to tell you that. Sorry about that. I forgot all about that. Congrats,
It's
bro.
fine. You hate me. I get it. No,
I don't hate you. Trust me.
No, I was just kidding. Thank you very much for the. It was cool. I mean, we're growing like a weed over here. We're fun.
Yeah, man.
I'm still getting like 400 to 500 views a day on that Jamin Davis video. Like, people are loving that Jamin video. I think I got over 100 subs just from that one video alone.
It's not in the game plan. It's not in the game plan.
It's not in the game plan.
Yeah, it's not
wasn't
in
my
the
game plan. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's cool. All right, guys. Yep. See you, son. See you, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Streeter, Devin Copeland, Spence Dupuis. Since Puis, maybe. Manuel Gonzalez, Madison was here. What's up, Maddie? McFrisco, and of course, Jairus Sports Takes, whoever that is. And we're gonna roll out. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you in just about 25 minutes. And until next time, see ya!
We winning.